Very interesting reading already, guys. Alright. Well, the underlying energy is judgment for you guys this week. Wow. Okay. And this is, honestly, this is talking about, the changes that are going on, especially ones regarding, like, the past. This is, I'm about to sneeze, y'all, sorry. Judgment is coming up here. I feel like for you guys, because this is honestly, there's a lot of changes happening, especially considering that there's eclipses on your south and north node, right? On you guys, which is the south node right now. Rather, the north node is in Leo, so it's going to be affecting, Leo and Aquarius pretty heavily. And I feel like right now there is this period of review, right? This is looking back to see how much you guys have changed, honestly. A call to action too, right? Pretty much to, take in regards to this new you that's coming out of this. Judgment. Underneath here, you have Page of Cups. It's almost like this love offer doesn't really make you review how much you've gone, how much you've changed. Maybe this love offer. Excuse me. Goodness, can't speak. Goodness. It's almost like this love offer is something you don't even, not necessarily you don't see coming, but it does make you look back. It does make you reflect. Obviously, it's something that you have, something you have to do with this cup, right? But I feel like the answer in which to kind of handle it is to pretty much, be honest with who you really are at this moment, who you are now. Judgment is, yes, is a very transformative card here. It's a card for Pluto, it's Scorpio, and it talks about rebirth, right? Because these people are rising up from the ashes. The phoenix is honking the horn. It's calling up, it's calling everyone back in a way, and this is kind of giving everyone a second chance. This is a second chance, but judgment is also like the review, right? Because everybody is being reviewed. Everything that's come from everyone's life beforehand is given like another opportunity to not just handle a situation, but to pretty much act on the new you with the new perspective, with everything that you've been through the cycle or what have you, right? You haven't, you are someone that changed significantly through the process. You change so much when you go through every cycle, right? You change through so much. So I feel like in the past, I think you're looking maybe at love in a different light right now. You're looking at love in a totally different angle, because how you used to act towards it it no longer resonates with who you are now. All right, Aquarius. So with that being said, your current state of being in your love life is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay? It's like, it's constant hard work and no real reward. Like, I think you guys may be dealing with somebody or a relationship or a situation in your love lives where it's been constant diligence, working very diligently to, make something happen or to you get somewhere in regards to some sort of stability, and maybe they fall a little short. Sometimes always have difficulty kind of completing it, because it's almost like it feels like you guys have been here for so long, right? Longer, like so long, like in every relationship, it almost feels like it's never really gotten to that place where you can feel like, all right, this is good enough. This is where I want it. It's always been like, oh my gosh, there's so much more work to do. Not necessarily like your guys are exasperated exactly, right? Which it would be understandable if you did, but this is more of like, always are at this point where you're in relationships, but you're not at the peak of the relationship, with the security from the relationship that you're looking for. Which is why I feel like you guys will have this Three of Cups here. Perhaps, I don't know if this is necessarily resorting just to friendships, but I feel like the desired outcome from this is to gain some sort of, not necessarily gain support, because I don't believe necessarily you need support right now, but I think that you want to be around someone that you could truly connect with. Maybe reconnect with friends, or connect with someone that you know, someone that you may have unfinished business with, or it's perhaps something that's not completely set off. And the reason why I say that is because of all these incomplete cards that come out. Everything that you got in here is showing instability, except for this Eight of Cups. And then even in the Eight of Cups, it's not really a stable place, right? I mean, you got 2 4s here, and that makes 8. So technically, that's pretty stable. But this is in your emotions. Everywhere else is not very stable. So I feel like with this 3 of Cups, it's almost like, I feel like you guys may want to reconnect with someone, or want to connect with someone from the past that had love, that you guys had love for in the first place, and you guys connected in such a deep way. How am I getting that, right? How am I getting that we connected in such a deep way? Queen and King of Cups. It's deep when they connect. And it's very interesting. Like, I feel like for some of you guys, this may just be like you want to just stick with friendships. Like, friendships are the thing for you, right? Like your friendships, the people that you are, that you love, they're all like, love is the same. So it's like you want to just be around people that really rock your vibe, right? I think the desired outcome is to connect with individuals more so than anything. And I feel like the thing that's keeping you from being able to get to this, right? Well, obviously the thing that's keeping you from being able to get to the 3 of Cups and your desired outcome is the Queen of Cups. Being vulnerable. Right? Because I feel like you guys have been struggling for some time when it comes to love. You don't want to do that. Every time y'all fall in love pretty deeply. Deeper than people realize. And when you guys may have gone through some heartache, it's devastating. It's hard. It's fundamentally, it's very easy to shift your focus and go forward. But it's a difficult process to move on from. Especially if whoever this was, it's judgment's coming up. Now, I feel like there is this need to be vulnerable, and it's hard to do because of something that you've been through. This difficult energy that you've been through for a while, the 5 of Pentacles. You feel left out in the cold, constantly struggling, right? It's a struggle to get to a place where you guys were more stable. You're in a place where you're like not exactly satisfied. Right, you may be seeing results for some of you guys, and some of you guys may not be. But some of you guys may be seeing results, but you still, the thing is that when you may want to connect with others, but how can you if you guys are not open to it? And when I mean open to it, is like meaning to being okay with being vulnerable. And it's understandable though. Like I say, it's understandable, and there's no judgment here. It's understandable though, because you guys have been through a struggle. But it's through the struggle that you found the courage to be vulnerable, and you found the ability to get through your situation while you're still vulnerable. So it's understandable with kind of like feeling emotionally done with situations like love and situations like romance and all that, because you had to go through some hell, honestly. Even though it's snowing in this image, you know what I mean? It's like you guys had to go through a serious struggle here. The crazy thing is that your best spot to follow is to connect with this person, or be vulnerable and know your cup, or know what you want. I don't think it's like necessarily know what you want sort of thing, because I do have a feeling that you know what you want. You know what you want. The king and queen of cups are both the dream couple. Some of you guys, maybe you guys haven't been able to get the dream couple, like that become the dream couple that you guys have been wanting for a while. Maybe it's just that things have always kind of fallen through, or the things just never really, it takes a long, hard time for people to be at the point of where you want them to be. That's for some of you guys. A lot of you guys, it's just that it's hard to be vulnerable with somebody, considering that in the past you had put yourself out there and you potentially had gotten rejected here. Or you guys may feel like you have gotten rejected. by this person, this Queen of Cups. Maybe this is a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or this could be anybody, right? It doesn't have to be that this is an actual water sign. It could be someone you felt deeply in love with, and you still do. You still love them. That's why Judgment's coming out. That's why I saw the Page of Cups underneath Judgment. This, you still have feelings for them, I feel, because this wouldn't come up if that was the case. I mean, you all could be spiritually connected. But then it's, right? And then you're like, well, there's the Eight of Cups here, right? So obviously I don't feel anything. Not necessarily. You feel dissatisfied. You're emotionally done with the situation. It doesn't mean you don't feel like you have nothing. You don't feel anything. If that was the case, I would have assumed I would see the Four of Cups here. If that was the case, that's just how I feel. That's how that's how I read. Like apathy. You don't care. This is not. I don't care. This isn't what I want. But you can find it. That's why this card is here. Like, it's not like you would feel just defeated. This is not a defeated card. It's like, nah, this isn't for me. I'm going to go find what I want. And you know what you want. That's why it's saying just go for it. Be open to it. But it's going to require you to be, it's probably going to require you to be vulnerable. Be open again. Take a chance and be open with your emotions again. It's okay to be vulnerable with somebody again. Even if the past looked so crazy, right? So messed up, that there's some sort of level of nurturing and comfort that you got from the individual that you were with from the past, or something. Like, it's like there was, it's just this, maybe you didn't have this connection with them, or you felt comfortable with them or something, but there is something here that you've connected with deeply. I wouldn't let the past be the definition of where you get, or how you find your love. And and it looks like that's kind of how it's been. It's been kind of like the reason why you haven't been connecting with other people. That's the reason why you have been feeling like you're always the manifestation process. You're not necessarily at the goal yet. You haven't hit that yet. So the advice here, the King of Cups, guys, since we're moving on, is being emotionally open. And I know you guys already are, and I could tell that. It's like you're giving it another shot, but you have a different perspective on it now. You have a different way of looking at it now. But I think in the past, even that this is like, it happened for a reason, to help you realize what you need, or what you can want from other people. Okay, do you see what I said there? What you can want from other people. Because you're an Aquarius. You don't necessarily need to have anybody, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to want, right? That you can't want, that you don't, you can't want something from someone else, to feel like you belong, or to feel like you can connect with somebody on the same level. Your hopes and fears is the Five of Cups. It's the Five of Cups, y'all. What does that mean? Well, I mean, I feel like you want to be able to shift your focus, but then at the same time, you're a little bit hesitant about turning around to see the Two Cups because of what happened in the past. Right? You and this other person, potentially, whoever this is coming back from the past. For those of you that are single, for those of you that are in a current relationship, maybe having a little bit of a difficult time, right? It's kind of, I feel like there's a little bit of hesitation with shifting the focus, knowing you can, because you could see, obviously, here that you can shift your focus. You have, in a way. It's hard to shift your focus away from what has been lost, what has been, it was gone here, because of how badly you went through it. You were the Queen of Cups, or the King of Cups, rather, going through the snow by yourself, fighting through it, struggling. And this typically means that there are two people here, right? But I feel like everybody is struggling in their own right, And even though I feel like these two are in a way representative of a couple here, both vulnerable, this, both susceptible to everything that can happen, hypothermia, getting sick, messing up his leg, whatever, right? If each of these people are susceptible to getting really badly injured, going through the snow barefoot, with no real coverage of, protection towards the freezing cold. And I feel like these two represent a couple that go through a struggle to go through the struggle in the same energy, but have different stuff they're dealing with. Because as you see, this person isn't necessarily injured, but this person's got crutches. Right? So it's like, you're not the only one that went through something. You're not the only one that went through something terrible. We went through some hardships here. But that doesn't mean that your hardship should be, looked at in any different way, right? It should be, treated it should be treated any less as, painful, because it was. So, regarding this whole situation in regards to judgment and looking back, right? It does have a lot to do with, being capable, or being, not necessarily being capable of being vulnerable, but, being open to that again. But here's the thing, Aquarius, right? Here's the thing. You have, judgment is your underlying energy, one. And then you have, this information from the past, right? Despite what the struggle was, right? These struggles here, these fives, these changes that came up in your life, right? There was some knowledge that you gained. You've become stronger since then. That's why the King of Cups is coming up for you, because the Queen of Cups situation, this was probably the other person, right? This is another person that's, not necessarily keeping you from reconnecting with someone or trying to keep you from reconnecting with anybody, but it's this person that you were vulnerable with once before. Now, what I was saying anyway, before I kind of straight off a little bit, is that you have this perspective now. You have this perspective of what being vulnerable looks like and what being open in a relationship looks like. And I'm not saying you're hiding stuff or keeping secrets. That's not what I mean by being open. I mean, like, open as in allowing people to be able to take care of you, allowing them to, like, love on you, allowing them to, give you some sort of comfort. And you don't have to do this by yourself, right? You don't have to feel like you're doing this by yourself. And the thing here is, and for a while, I feel like this sort of idea regarding love is, obviously changed because you understand love in a deeper level. For some of you guys out there, you guys understand love. It's going to be different for you in a deeper level anyway. It doesn't mean that there isn't people out there that you can connect with that feel the same way about how you feel about love. You're not the only person on earth that feels this way about love. And you can feel that way because now there's a lot of people that may not see love this way, and they don't. But that doesn't mean nobody exists other than you to feel this way. So, this leads to our outcome here, which is the Three of Pentacles. This is talking about planning for the future, or seeing that there's even a future to plan for. And honestly, this is a great card to have. I feel like for a lot of you guys, especially in current relationships that you guys are still in, right? I feel like, yes, you have been through a period of where you guys have been struggling for some time. You may be starting to see some sort of small results, either within yourself in regards to how you are developing emotionally, or within the relationship and the connection itself. But most importantly, you guys went through a difficult period. You guys have been through a very difficult period in your lives regarding love, regarding your emotions, regarding, security around this, right? Because you got Cancer here, and you got Scorpio. Those two cards here that indicate emotional development, growth, and well-being, and all that goodness. You got emotional vulnerability coming up the joint. So, there was a lot of development with a lot of this, as you can see with Judgment. And I feel like there's some things here that you can take, even with these Eight of Cups, even though you're not satisfied with them. I'm saying, like, pick the cups that you got here. Don't be walking away. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is these lessons, this phase in your life, they've provided some sort of information for you to be able to take to this future here. To be able to see the future in a different way. The Three Cups is what may not be, not be present right now. But the Two Cups show that you still have something here. You still have something that you can build off of from all this. And you can make the future that you want happen. I guarantee you. I mean, you can make anything happen, Aquarius. Let's go and see what's going on with your romance angels. What's going on with your romance angels this week? What's going on with your romance angels? What's going on with your romance angels this week? It's very soon. And this is talking about clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I was saying, know what you want too. I have a feeling you did. I had a feeling that you did. But allow yourself to dream right now. Allow yourself to dream. There's no moon cards. There's no fear. So, I don't think that this is necessarily a fear thing. You know what I mean? I don't think you guys are afraid to be in a relationship with somebody, or you guys are reluctant to getting in a relationship because of the past in regards to fear, right? I just feel like you guys may be feeling more secure within yourself, that you may not feel like you need anybody. Like, you just be like, what's the point of a relationship? But at the same time, I do feel like there may be a longing for someone. But there's a different understanding when it comes to love now because of your experience. Whoever this person is, though, they're coming. And the King of Cups is, he's honestly the most passive of knights. And I mean, not passive of kings, rather. And I say this not saying that he's passive aggressive. I say this because he allows his emotions. He allows things to come. Kings are more action oriented, and queens are more receptive. That's why the Queen of Cups is very much close to the High Priestess. But the King of Cups, in my opinion, he doesn't necessarily have to do anything. Look at that. Have patience. Wow. Love is kind and patient, always. So I feel like right now, yeah, perhaps there is just this need to be patient. Wow, the King of Cups is very patient. He's very soft, right? You can assume soft with being slow and gracious, And I feel like right now it's just the judgment or the call to action. It's really just to figure out what it is that your heart is longing for, what you dream of, what is your dream partner, and going after it. And allowing that person to come to you, Aquarius. Because it can happen. It definitely 100% can. But it's only if you let it.